Right.
You ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever buy a shirt and it fits just perfectly, and then you wash it one time, and then it fits kind of like a sports bra? I am Heath McHugh, like you said. I moved out here about a year ago from Oklahoma, and I know it's hard to tell because in that year I've kind of developed a really thick Southern Cali accent, but I promise I am from Oklahoma. I live in Seal Beach now, and this week I got something from the city of Seal Beach in the mail that I wanted to kind of share with you guys. It was a big mailer, and it had a coyote, a big old coyote in the front of it, and it said Coyote Awareness. But yeah, it's a little strange. It's okay. And it kind of threw me because I've been there a year and I've yet to see one coyote or even hear a coyote. And so I started thinking, an epidemic here is a little different than an epidemic would be where I'm from. So let me tell you what like a non-epidemic, an outbreak of coyote in Oklahoma. Let's say it's a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever fucking day it is. It's a day and it's in the evening and I'm in bed and I can't sleep because something outside keeps making damn noises. So I roll over and yell out the window, "Hey you guys, if y'all would cut the crap out and stop howling, I'll share my KFC with you when I wake up." If you don't know, coyotes are kind of smart asses though, so they're like, "How about some biscuits too?" No, I get my damn biscuits. Maybe some coleslaw. Which is what they wanted anyway, right? Anyway, I'm not bragging because I've got wild animals where I'm from or anything like that, but honestly, if it wouldn't have been for animals and the wildlife in Oklahoma, there wouldn't have been a whole lot to do. I mean, you guys are spoilt out here. There's a lot of shit to do out here. And that what made it even worse for me is I was a Pentecostal preacher's kid. Must be some preacher kids here. Yeah. So if there had been anything to do, it would have been a sin, right? So I was stuck with the problem of dealing with the fact that either I could be bored or I could burn for eternity in a lake of fire. Even as a small child, I had to deal with this. And I dealt with it for a long time until I decided that I was sick of it. So I'll move it out here with you sinners. And that's why I'm in LA now, right? Yep. But like I said, we had to make up a lot of shit to do just to keep from going crazy out there. And luckily, I had a little brother, and by the way, he was a preacher's kid too, just out of coincidence. So it worked out. We had a lot in common. We had the same last name and everything. And so we'd figure shit out there. Like one night, like we went out and we went frog hunting. Now, if you've never been frog hunting, there's a lot of different ways to do it. We just made it simple. We took a flashlight, went down the road. He was on one side, I was on the other, and we'd look. And if you know anything about bullfrogs, you shine the light in their eyes, they'll kind of freeze for a second. You can grab them with your hand, or you grab them with a net if you're a pussy. Either way. And so that's what we was doing. And when we get them, we throw them in this little kiddie swimming pool, put a net over it so we could see who had the most. And then after we was done, we let them go because we're big liberals and shit. And so we was going to do this one night, and all of a sudden this something come out, and I hear my brother just squeal, "Oh my God!" And I look over and he's on his back, and my brother's like 6 years old at this point. And I look and I see it, and it's running towards our house at this point. And what it looked like was half dinosaur, half Russian tank or something, and it was running towards our house. And so me and him look at each other and kind of get this little grin on our face. And we have one of those moments, if you ever watched one of them bad, scary flicks, it's when the dingy blonde hears something in the barn and she's supposed to go in, and you're like, "Come on there, you dumb bitch." In this scenario, me and my brother are the dumb bitches. So we take off after it. and it goes inside of our fence. And we have one of them old chain link fences that go all the way around our house. And so we run in there and we shut it. And he gets to taking off after it. And at this point, it looks more stegosaurus looking, maybe, and a little armadillo. So maybe a little wildebeest in there too. It was a big son of a bitch too. I mean, I've never seen anything like it since, but I'm guessing it's in the armadillo family. That's all I know. And so I know a little bit about armadillos, and I know you can't catch the bastard. My brother didn't know this. But the thing about my brother is he's about half my size, but he's also about 2 times as good looking, 3 times as fast. So he takes off after this thing, and he's right behind it. And I was like, "You ain't gonna catch it." And he's like, "Yes, I am." And about that time, he jumps after this thing like he was Taylor Swift and he was Kanye West at the BET Award or something. And he grabs this thing by the tail, and it starts pulling him. And he's only about this big, he's not a real big guy. And so just imagine now, this is a little 6-year-old kid. We're at the pastor's house about 10 o'clock at night, and you got a little kid going round and around this house on his butt, being pulled by a gigantic armadillo, going, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit." And my mom and dad's asleep at this point, so I run in the house and grab my Magnum PI BB gun. Think I'm gonna take care of things. I put it right on his butt. About that time, it done an armadillo move like that, right in the butt. My brother squealed like you ain't never heard a little boy squeal ever. And so that didn't really work out. But he did let go, so I guess I won, right? So there's another time we was trying to find something to do, and there wasn't no frogs out that night. So we went to Icebox, and we started going through and having an eating contest. So we started going through we went through like 3 packs of wieners and a pack of marshmallows, and we got all the way through everything that we could find in there to have a contest with until we found that purple bag in the back of the icebox that my grandma got 1 or 2 out of every night. And what they looked like to us was like gigantic raisins, or what I figured my balls will look like in about 30 years if I don't take care of myself. Prunes, if you hadn't figured it out yet. And so we started eating these things, and I got to about 3 and decided I was done. The thing about prunes, they're not real bad, but they ain't real good either. And so I got to 3 and I was done. After all the wings, marshmallows, and now prunes, I was, you know what, I'm gonna call it quits. You won this one, buddy. And but he kept going. He got to about 12 of these things, and that was all of them. And then he starts walking around in his little Spider-Man underoos or something. Started walking around like he's Rocky Balboa. Like, "Oh yeah, I'm a champion." Fucker. So I said, "Fine, I'm going to bed. I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'm going to bed." About 3 a.m. I hear something coming out of the bathroom. It sounded like like an underwater sea creature that hasn't been discovered yet might sound. So I run in there and I'm like, "Kenny, is that you?" He's like, "Mm-hmm. You okay?" "No." And so he comes out, and he still kind of looks like Rocky Balboa, but this time more towards the end of the film after the fight's been over. Got the eyes all bloodshot and shit, and he's looking a little rougher. And he didn't think he won as much then. He didn't look near as much like a champion after that. But since then, he's gone on, and he's become a really successful. He's a basketball coach, and he's a teacher, and he helps kids a lot. And I gave up all that stuff a long time ago, come out here to be broke. And so not too long ago, I had to go to him and say, "Hey man, can I borrow a couple $100 my rent's due, and I'm a little short." And he started getting all gloated and stuff like that, and started acting like he's all cool and like he was champion again. And I thought, you know what? I looked over at his wife and I said, "Hey Ariana, you ever heard the story about how Kenny got that baby-sized bullet hole in his butt? Let me tell you about it." That's my time, guys.